Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. This one is Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz talking about, well, I think it's just Joe Rogan talking about Joey Diaz's edibles and probably the strength, those stars of death or whatever. Yeah, I was looking for, this was a recommendation. If you have a recommendation, leave it in the comments below. I'll add it to my list and I will get to it. I'm currently working through a bunch of them, so if you haven't seen yours yet, you will. I was looking for a video that didn't have anything from the JRE. I'm assuming anything on the JRE from YouTube is going to get copyright blocked. I mean, at this point, they're just blocking all of it. They haven't blocked anything that was previously uploaded, but they are blocking a lot of JRE stuff. So don't even know if this will make YouTube. It'll probably be on the Patreon if not. I'm just uploading pretty much everything that gets blocked. And blocked meaning literally no one in the world can watch it because it's just copyright blocked. Whenever that happens, I just upload it to the Patreon, and eventually that Patreon collection will be huge, I'm assuming. But yeah, it just means I have to record more to make up for the stuff that gets blocked. So at least one a day. That's what I'm hoping to get here. Yeah, this is, I'm assuming, not going to get blocked. We'll see. So like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel, please. I appreciate it. And we're going on this journey. Might as well join, right? So let's get into it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I think it's probably this little deck more than it is the headset itself. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird pot, too. I've seen some people, they smoke pot and they just lose their fucking marbles. There's this guy named Alex Berenson. He wrote a book called Tell Your Children, and I had him on with this guy who's a cannabis doctor from Canada, Mike Hart, and they were debating whether or not cannabis...
There's definitely like a soundtrack on this. Now, if you don't know my process, I literally just click on a video, copy the link, and get out. So I don't even listen to, I don't watch it before I react to it. So this is literally the first time I'm getting into it. And there seems like there's a backtrack to this. Maybe that's a way to get around copyright. I don't know.
And Tell Your Children is basically about some people, when they smoke marijuana, have psychotic breaks and schizophrenic episodes.
I've heard of that.
And I've seen it. I know people that have lost their fucking marbles with weed. And I know at least one guy whose whole life went on a downward spiral after...
I'm assuming it's from like a high dose of THC or something, or maybe just a bad batch. I don't know. I'm assuming it's not from like a dispensary or something like that.
Joey Diaz gave him an edible. Like, legitimately. On the podcast, by the way.
But he has crazy edibles.
Oh.
I don't even feel like that's fair to edibles because I hear him talk about the milligrams and I see normal people's reactions to it.
Yeah. I've taken his edibles. He
like tricks people into taking them, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. He lies about what the dosage is. He's such a savage. He's such an interesting
so
person.
Much.
He would take an edible that's 500 milligrams, and he would take it out of the wrapper and put it in a wrapper that's 50 milligrams. So rude. It's so rude.
That's so fucked up.
It's so fucked.
That is fucked up. That would ruin you. 500 milligrams. That's wild.
And someone's like, he's done it. He did it to Tom on like an airplane, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Tom was so mad at him. Yeah.
I
Tom
want
and
to
I-
start drugging people. That's funny.
It's only funny when it's Joey. You'd have to go along with it.
You
You'd
don't
have to
think I
do the
could pull it
drugs.
off?
You definitely could pull it off. But I'm just saying, like, if you're not doing the drugs yourself,
I
the
don't
thing
know who
about
this
Joey
is with
he's
him.
doing the same dose. Like, he's
I don't
dosing
recognize the
you,
voice.
but he's also taking exactly what you're taking and more.
I think I could pull it off more because I don't do drugs, because anytime I get like a gift box from a weed company, I give it to my friends And I feel like I could easily be like, oh, here, and have one that says it's like 10
Oh, you
milligrams
could.
and like ruin Frank Castillo's week.
Yes, you could. Well, Frank could probably take it. Frank.
Steve.
Okay. Frank Castillo could take it though. He knows how to smoke some weed.
I know he smokes a lot of
He
weed.
could put it away. He'll be all right.
I don't know if he could put it away without making a fool out of himself.
Yeah.
He smokes a lot of weed, but he also will not be able to process anything that he doesn't wear it well. He doesn't wear it like a gentleman. I'll say that.
Wear it like a gentleman. Yeah, Joey. The thing about Joey is though, it's not just dosing you. He will dose himself. Like he takes what you're taking. Like
That's fair. That's fair. As long as it's, both parties are really screwed up.
He's built like a brick house.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
300 pounds. Call me the other day, Joe. I'm down to 290. Like, congratulations. But he could just all that mass. He could put away some fucking Chiba Chews and those stars of death. Those are 250 milligrams. That's a big dose, and he would just down 2-3 of them. I've seen it. It's like shocking. I've seen him eat
wild.
3 of them. And you're like you get nervous. Like, I gotta get out of here.
Isn't like 10 milligrams a respectable dose, or like 30? Isn't
For a
that the
pussy.
Isn't that like the normal range for someone who's like got a family and is trying to like fuck his wife on a Friday night? You know what I mean? Like a normal person.
Yeah.
Trying to? Yikes. That sounds like a fun marriage.
If you don't, but he's not normal. Joey's not normal. But the thing what we always would do is get dosed up when we get on planes. Getting on planes, getting high was always the real way to go.
Dude,
Oh,
your
God.
material about getting high and going to the airport and flying gives me panic attacks. That
It's so true.
There's nothing I would less want to do than be fucked up at an airport.
I've never even been drunk on a plane. I've had like a couple cocktails that were like free, but I've never been fucked up on a plane.
But that's the point. The point is like it makes it an adventure. So instead of it being this boring thing that you have to do, now you're like barely keeping it together. You know, it's like trying to walk a tightrope while you're blindfolded with like one eye's blind.
I don't know how you fly or whatever, but I usually have a couple movies downloaded on the iPad. I got the noise canceling headphones in. I'm chilling. I'm having a good time. I'll eat the free snack or whatever, or the free drink, and just have a good time. I mean, after about 4 hours, I'm ready to get off the plane. 4 hours and above is like, okay, I'm done. I've had it with this. Let's keep it moving.
Folded
But,
and one arm's tied behind your back and you got a fucking splinter in your foot. Like, ah.
I'm never bored at the airport. I'm always overstimulated at the airport. I'm always overwhelmed.
Same.
There are so many people
It's
doing so many
overwhelming.
different things.
You're worried about like TSA. Are they going to pull me aside? Am I going to hold people up behind me in the security line? How many bins do I need? Okay. You're always worrying about that. And when you get through it, you're just like, okay, well, now I just sit for 2 hours or something.
Things from so many walks of life. There's so much going on. You got to be alert.
It's a lot of
Feel it.
stimulus.
You got to go through the lines and stuff. People tell you what to do.
Yeah.
There's very little margin for error before a TSA agent will
Right.
correct your behavior.
That's why it's fun to be stupid high when you're doing that, because you have to like keep it together. But one time, me and Duncan, we were going to film a television show, and we got fucking obliterated. Same thing. Ate giant edibles. Went to the airport. Totally missed our flight.
Oh my
we were
God.
talking. Me and Duncan we could talk for hours. Me and Duncan were just sitting there in the airport, and then we realized, dude, when's our flight? And we looked up, and our flight had already left.
No.
Our flight was long gone. That's so stupid. It's just-
Oh my God. I can't even imagine that.
Classic stoner move.
wow.
So we had to take another flight. We flew all night, and then we went to work in the morning with no sleep. We had to film the show with zero sleep. And the show that we were filming was about the Center for Disease Control in Galveston, Texas.
Dude, that is rich privilege. The idea of missing a flight and not being able to get a refund. No way. No way.
So we're down in Galveston. like still high, right? Like no sleep at all, trying to stay awake, drinking coffee, talking to this guy who's telling us everyone's gonna die. So this guy was talking to us about we were talking about weaponized diseases. And essentially the guy at the Center for Disease Control is telling us it's not weaponized diseases I'm concerned with. It's it's just viruses mutating and jumping from livestock to people. And he's explaining that to us. And we were so high. And then we were in this building where they were working with Ebola and all these the Center for Disease Control at Galveston is like, they work with like some of the worst hemorrhagic viruses and all these terrifying diseases. They're all in this fucking building in Texas. And they have these crazy
As someone who lives in Texas, that's terrifying.
ventilation systems,
Especially
people
coming
in
off of
space suits, and they're
2020.
walking around dealing with these things. Yeah, it's all down there. So here's Duncan and I, missed our flight, high as fuck, wandering around Galveston,
Next to a vial of Ebola.
trying to stay awake. Listen to this guy talking about how everyone's gonna die. Like,
What makes that story like just get funnier and funnier the longer I picture it is thinking about how many times they say the name of the fucking flight in the airport before it takes off.
dude, not
They
just that.
announced that we're gonna start boarding to Galveston. Boarding has started to Galveston. We're pre-boarding to Galveston. Now first class to Galveston.
Where
Like
Jamie
they say
is?
the name of the flight 20 times. How did neither one of you hear it
It's
that
worse.
many times?
It's worse. Jamie is right where the gate was. We were right. we weren't like far away. We were right there. We were just talking.
wild.
Dude, did you see this thing? Like Duncan's telling me about some documentary he saw. And
Why didn't anyone prod you?
it
Like
was just us. We didn't have like people that were going with us.
But
We were
I
just
mean,
there.
someone working at the gate.
Nope. No one working at the gate gave a fuck about us. Oh my god. By the time I went
That's
to the lady,
wild.
they're like, that flight's long gone. Shit!
Oh my god.
Just classic.
She's like, not only did it leave, it left 2 hours. We
Yeah.
also boarded and a different flight left.
Yes, we had to fly to Houston, and then we had to drive from Houston to Galveston. It was a disaster. It was hilarious, though.
Oh my god. That's like me this last time when I was flying here a couple days ago, about a week ago now. I got like hammer drunk the night before, and then I woke up the morning of the flight. Luckily I didn't leave until like 4 p.m. for the airport, so I had some time to recoup, but I was so hungover from tequila. And I could not get it together to save my life. I made it to, pack a little bit in the morning, and then I went back to bed. Then I woke up way later, and then I packed a little more, and I made sure like stuff was turned off and whatnot and ready to go. Then I took another nap before I went to the airport, when I should have been like checking and making sure everything was good to go. Oh my god. Oh, that was not an ideal flight day. But yeah. I know how that goes. I spent over 24 hours in an airport this last go around. So not only was I really hungover, I ended up not flying out that night because the plane was delayed until 3 p.m. the next day. And I'm like, after it became like 7 in the morning, I'm like, why haven't they canceled this? I guess they have to fly it out eventually, so they're just not going to cancel it and not give everyone their money back and allow them to fly other places. So I eventually went to the customer service desk and just said, I need a refund now. Ended up getting on a different plane and flying out eventually. But yeah, that was awful. Don't recommend it. Immediately cancel and get a refund. Immediately get the refund. Learn from my ignorance. But yeah, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. And what am I missing? Leave a recommendation down below so I can add it to my list and react to it, and you will see it. So, man, what a travel story from... I can't believe they were sitting next to the gate and they still missed it. Oh man, that's like crazy high. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.